Well, hey guys, it must be almost springtime because I'm in a t-shirt and I have another e-bike to share with you. This is the Hiknight H2. It is totally different than anything I've reviewed. And instead of talking about it, I'm just gonna get this box opened up and show you. All right, there's probably a toolkit in one of these boxes. Cool bag to mount on the rack. Charger, pedals. I'm just going to snug these handlebars up for right now until I adjust the neck height, and then I'll spin them around where I actually want them. Got a little alignment issue. Well, I kind of like that. I was thinking I might need to raise that neck up a little bit, but I like that position. I will need to raise the seat though. I think that'll work. All right, guys, well, that looks like installation is complete. I'm going to go ahead and throw this on the charger. Tomorrow, we'll take this thing for a spin and I will go over all of the features. Well, guys, it is a beautiful morning here down on my trail system. Out here, I've got hard-packed dirt trails with steep hills, windy curves, humps and bumps, and what better place to test out a two-wheel drive e-bike. Now, before we hit the trails, I want to go over some of the specs quick on this two-wheel drive e-bike. In the aluminum frame, we have a 52 volt, 20 amp hour Samsung battery pack. The battery pack can be removed and charged, or it can be charged right in the bike. Got a huge headlight, got an LED taillight, brake light, and turn signals. We have 180 millimeter cable operated disc brakes front and rear. Power delivery is from a cadence sensor in the crank. That gives power to the 1500 watt rear and 1500 watt front motors for a total of 3000 peak watts, which is more than double than any bike I've ever tested. Got your power button on your control center right in the center. Your center screen gives you battery power, your speed. This is indicating front or rear wheel drive, which in my experience, it only ever shows rear wheel drive. Push in is 2-wheel drive, out is rear wheel drive. You have your pedal assist level adjusted here, up and down. This light switch adjusts dimming on your screen. You have a button here next to the handle grip for your actual headlight on and off. You can toggle between trip, odometer, your max speed, and your average speed by pushing the I button. And you can also scroll to your volts. You have a 7-speed Shimano gear set. Adjustable front suspension. You can adjust the preload with this dial here. You can also lock out the forks so that they just act as a solid fork. Now, my bike came with this bag, which I normally wouldn't brag about, but this thing is so well thought out. It's massive. On each side, you have this pouch that unzips to become a huge saddlebag, both sides. You have tons of storage inside. I have my camera gear, my microphone, got a tire pump, bike lock, tools, just tons of space. And then you can also unzip just below the lid and the bag extends, kind of like a pop-up tent. Very handy. Then you can just undo the Velcro straps underneath and take it with you. And one more thing before I forget, how about this? The Hiknight cell phone holder. How awesome is that? All right, behind me, I've got a super steep slope. This is probably one of the steepest parts of the trail. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up. I'm going to try and get it from the bottom and the top to try and show just how steep this is. I am really not expecting the bike to make it up this. This is, I mean, my four-wheeler spins out when I climb this hill, so we'll put the bike to the test, see what happens. But honestly, if it doesn't make it, it's not, I don't think it's any shade on the bike. All right, I pedaled a little bit, but that was only the rear motor. Wow. That was pedal assist level 5. I didn't have to pedal at all, and honestly, I didn't think it was gonna, I thought there was no way I was gonna make that hill. That is a super steep hill. I kind of wasn't even sure I was gonna do this because I didn't want people to think it was not performing, but that's insane. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting that, and that is seriously impressive. I'm gonna loosen up the front forks a little bit. I've got them turned all the way up, but wow, that was something else. All right, well, this bike has proven itself out here in the dirt. Let's get it up on the street and do some speed runs. I have yet to test an e-bike that would make it up my driveway without pedaling, but after that demonstration down in the woods, I had no doubt that this bike was going to do it. All right, we're up here on the street, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to test the speed of each pedal assist level, starting at level 1, and I'm just going to use the throttle and just see how fast each level will take us. All right, pedal assist 1, throttle, speedometer says 7 miles an hour. I'm going to keep the throttle on full, hit level 2. Looks like 13, a little over, 13 and a half. Level 3. 18.6. 4. Okay, I got a pretty steep downhill coming up, so that's not going to be an accurate measurement of what it'll do, so I'm going to turn around. Okay, it's cutting out at 25. We'll go to level 5. All right, I was running out of pavement, and that's kind of scary. Let's start out in level 5, see what happens. Slight uphill. Well, we obviously went down a little dip in the road, but we got up to 41 miles an hour, and that was not as sketchy as I thought it would be. The bike felt really stable. Let's go again. That is fast. I'm not going to lie to you. Brakes work great too. right, guys, I'll be honest. I thought the two-wheel drive thing was going to be kind of a gimmick, but it is a game changer. The fact that I was able to climb that hill down on my trails just blew me away. I thought there's no way it was going to do it, and I just wanted to try it for the sake of trying it. I think if you're riding this around town in tight spaces, you're going to want to run it in just rear wheel, because with front and rear wheels together, it's got a lot of torque. I mean, it gets going like right now. But it's also nice to have on your left thumb here, at the push of a button, double the power, so that if you find yourself struggling on a hill, you can just hit that button and instantly you have the power to make that hill, because there's nothing that I put this up against that it couldn't do. I think this bag is awesome. I might be a little more into it than I should be, but this bag is super handy. I carried all my camera gear in it. This is my first step through bike, and honestly, I really like the step through. I thought it was going to be a little weak, but there's nothing off-road that it couldn't handle. The suspension works well. I ran the back tire a little soft down below just because it's been wet, and I didn't want to affect the traction by having too much air in. I did air it back up for the street runs. One thing I will say is that the sensor seems to be a little bit laggy. When you're pedaling, it seems like it takes it a second to engage the power, and then when you stop pedaling, it takes a second to disengage. So that was one thing I noticed, but really that's kind of the only thing. The throttle works great, the gear shifting works great, the horn works great, turn signals probably work great, whoever uses those. But all in all, it's a sweet ride. If you'd like more information on how to get yourself one, check my link below. I want to thank Hiknight for providing this for me to test out, and I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Well, guys, the chickens. Really? 13 acres, and this is where they've got to be. Guys, go on. I'm trying to make a movie here. Go on.